All right, what's going on, y'all? I just wanted to do a closure video on Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. And it's because it's so many fights that's coming up, and I don't want to keep putting too much time into a fight that may not happen. But I wanted just to give you my last few points. If the fight is officially announced, then I will do more content on it, obviously. But we have a lot of fights coming up, and especially this weekend, the following weekend. So I want to get to those. But from where we stand right now, basically where we're at, it hasn't been officially announced or anything like that. Tyson Fury has taken to his social media. Eddie Hearn has done interviews where they're working on it. All right, so we're just going to leave it at that. Tyson Fury want dates that's in late November or the first Saturday of December. I believe December 3rd, different locations. Joshua is trying to push for a December 17th date. Fury, from what I last read, it does not want that date. He's more on some, listen, 60-40 is going to be the split. We want it on these dates. Take it or leave it. All right. So my views on that is, like I said in the previous video that I did, which was earlier this morning, Tyson Fury is going to be in full control of how this fight goes down. All right. He is the champion. He is not coming off of 2 losses like AJ, and he wants it to work his way. It's a great opportunity because he's fighting the AJ that is not only coming off of 2 losses, but AJ mentally looked very out of character, or acted very out of character after the Usyk win. So mentally, he might not really be at his strongest. Don't really know what's going to happen with the coach situation with AJ. And he has to jump right back into camp immediately if he agrees to take this fight. Fury, who's rested, who I believe has planned all of this out. You know, I think he, like I said in the previous videos, I think he moves in a way where he looks at every option imaginable. Okay. He's a very calculated fighter, and this is what I said earlier this morning. But let's talk a little bit about AJ and how this could be a good opportunity for himself. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. I was listening to one of his videos today where he was just going a little bit into the history of other fighters that were very, very active in their careers. And he was basically trying to explain and say that AJ taking a fight as early as November would be in AJ's advantage, because AJ's just been, you know, he's been active. He just got out of camp preparing for Usyk. Didn't take too much damage, and he think it would be better that AJ jumped right back into the fire right away. You know, he's already in shape, which he appears. He's been taking pictures, and I'm talking about AJ. He's been taking pictures online. I've seen a picture of him like by the pool. I've seen a picture of him in the gym. He seems to still stay fit, you know. Being that he hasn't taken, I don't believe he's taken too much damage. I agree with what Showbiz has said. Even though I don't know if November might not be the best, I think I still believe that December might be a little bit better. I don't really disagree with what he said, but I want to elaborate that a bit further. And I say it because, you know, you got to jump on opportunities when they're available. They may not always be there. And I know AJ is coming off of 2 losses, and we seen him have a mental meltdown in the ring. But, you know, look what happened with Andy Ruiz and his story, right? When Jared Miller screwed up his opportunity by testing positive for 3 separate drugs, there were contracts and offers made to several fighters, at least 2 or 3 other fighters, before they decided on Andy Ruiz. I believe that they were trying to make a Dillian White rematch at around that time. He didn't take it. I know they were trying to make a Luis Ortiz match as well. And then there was this whole mess with Luis Ortiz's team turning it down. I think that was the story, that he was never directly notified, but his team shut it down. So there were other fights, and Andy Ruiz on short notice took the fight. And look what happened in that fight. Luckily for Ruiz, he wasn't really overweight for his weight. He wasn't really overweight. He was ready to go. And he was able to pull off one of the biggest upsets that we've ever seen. All right? Right here in New York. And Ruiz, regardless of how you feel about him and how he looked since then, he's made a lot of money. And he's going to continue to have great opportunities. Especially there's a chance that he fights Deontay Wilder for a pay-per-view. Not every fighter is going to jump at these great opportunities. And sometimes when they don't do it, they never get that opportunity again. And I know AJ is AJ. I know he's one of the biggest stars out there. But we know that AJ is chasing legacy. He is already rich. But based on what he says, and he's been consistent with, he's chasing legacy. He wants to be undisputed. He wants to go down in history as one of the greatest. He wants that. Regardless of how you feel about him personally, that's what he's aiming for. That's what he's chasing for. And if you could come off 2 losses and still get an opportunity to fight for the WBC title in your very next fight, you need to push some of that ego to the side. We know you're the bigger guy. I heard something, people are talking about whether the fight should be 50-50, or 60-40 or whatever. I think when it comes to this fight, of course, you want to make your money. You're always going to want to make your money. But right now, you have another opportunity to beat someone that is even more solidified as a heavyweight in Tyson Fury. And you may not get that opportunity again. Or if you do, it might not be at the a better time. You never know. AJ might turn this down because they can't agree on a date, or maybe the funds or the purse or whatever. And you might go on and fight another fight, a tune-up comeback fight. Let's just say you fight Zhang or somebody random out there. I brought up Alto Wallin. What if these guys pull off the upset? You're really not going to get an opportunity again. If you lose in another upset kind of loss, it can happen. What if you get into a situation where you may face like Joe Joyce or somebody that is pretty dangerous? You never know. Maybe you fight Dillian White in a rematch and White catches you with a big shot. This is the heavyweight division. With that being said, if you can come off of 2 losses and go straight into a WBC title fight, you should take it. And for the people that are upset about this, and I understand you, because this should be Usyk's opportunity. Fury seems to just keep finding ways to move Usyk to the side. He doesn't have any interest in fighting Usyk for whatever reason. You might say it's because he doesn't have as big as a name. The risk is too high for the reward. Maybe because technically, as far as him being in a ring, he might be more dangerous for Fury. Whatever reason you have, I understand you guys, because it should be Usyk's fight. Because we, like myself, want undisputed more than anything. But what I also understand is Usyk is not ready to take the fight once Tyson Fury throws an offer out there or picks a date out there. I want the fight in December. Usyk says, no, I'm taking the rest of the year off. I'll see you next year. Fury wants a fight now. If he's going to use AJ as a tune-up before fighting Usyk for undisputed, then AJ needs to jump on the opportunity, just like any other active heavyweight fighter should jump on the opportunity. Anyone that has the opportunity to fight Tyson Fury right now should jump on the opportunity. It's no different from Fury, Wilder, AJ, Usyk, or any other star that's in any other division. If Canelo is available to fight, why turn it down? We saw what happened with Kovalev. Had a tough fight, took much more of a beating from Yard than AJ took from Usyk. All right? There was an opportunity there, a window there to fight Canelo. You were the champion. Canelo was moving up. You had to agree with a rehydration clause. You had, I believe, less than 2 months to prepare. You had no resting time. But he took the opportunity because the risk was worth the reward. Yes, there's risk in, that risk that you might fail. But you may not get the opportunity again. And if AJ is chasing greatness, and if he happens to beat Tyson Fury, not only does that give him the opportunity again to fight with Usyk again for Undisputed, but it gives him the opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder, which is a fight that many of us fans actually still want to see. I say it all the time. Because Deontay Wilder, if he beats Helenius, he's still ranked number 1 as a WBC contender. So at that point, it would make a lot more sense to fight Joshua because now he actually holds a WBC title. You feel me? That's if he doesn't fight Usyk first. Jump on the opportunity, and I mean that for everyone, not AJ, not just AJ. You know Manuel Charles wants to fight. Anyone that has the opportunity to fight Tyson Fury right now should take it, and that's including Anthony Joshua. All right? I think those guys coming out 60-40, even if you don't agree with it, 60-40, in my opinion, is not bad. Could it be better for AJ? Can you make the argument that it should be 50-50? Of course, you can make the argument for it. But if you're chasing legacy and you're looking for an opportunity coming off of 2 losses, this is your opportunity right here, right now. Who else are you going to fight? You might as well go back in. And those are my reasons on why AJ should take the fight, even if it's in November. Fury seems to be very cautious about the dates. Like, I know certain dates, certain things are scheduled. I know on the business days it's better to have certain this fight on certain dates based on the venue is gonna be in. I understand that part of it. But I also sense that Tyson Fury is being so calculated that there might be a little bit of fear in there with Fury. And I'm not just talking AJ, I mean with Usyk as well. Jump on the opportunity. You're fresh, you're fit. I would like for him to pull Robert Garcia back into camp and work more and keep improving on the things that you've learned. I don't think it's a good idea for him to switch trainers once again for this short period of time. Get back in there with someone you were just with, that you made improvements on. I know it was hard for him to lose that fight against Usyk, but I also believe that he improved dramatically in that fight. All right, I like, especially in the earlier rounds, I liked his reflexes. I liked that he wasn't jumping to all of the feints, didn't look as confused. He looked much more comfortable. Unfortunately, in the later rounds, he just couldn't hang with Usyk, who is incredible when it comes to conditioning. He's one of the best out there. Great stamina, great technique, great skills. We already know that he was the more, he was the better boxer between the two going in the fight. Jump on this opportunity, man. Just do it. I hope he takes it. You know what? Because if we're not going to get Fury and Usyk, this is the next best thing. It's the next best thing. Usyk is chilling. You got to understand that Usyk made the choice to not jump back in the fight right now. And if Fury is not going to wait around for Usyk, anyone should take that opportunity. Anyone that's currently boxing at heavyweight should jump on that opportunity. All right? So hopefully he agrees to it. Even if it's not in your favor, not the date that you want, it's all right. I think it's worth it. So hopefully they make it work. Hopefully this doesn't just all fall apart. Because I want to see it. You know, and again, AJ lost, but he didn't get beat down. He didn't get injured or didn't appear to be injured. So I think he should take the fight. So until we hear a official announcement, I'm not going to make any more content about it. You know, I know there's a lot of things that's being said out there. I'm just going to sit back and wait and cover some other fights that's coming up. This is a big deal. You know, we got a big fight this weekend with the female fighters. So I do want to get to that. But this was a big deal. All right. So we'll get to all of that. But yeah, I hope he jumps on it because you're not going to always get it. Two losses, and you have a WBC shot. Got to take it no matter what. All right. So hopefully AJ takes it. As far as him losing the fight, well, if he loses the fight, yeah, it could be damaging, you know, because losing to Usyk and Tyson Fury, you know, it's not much you can really do. You can still fight Wilder. You can still work your way back up. But it can hurt. But that's your story. Maybe your story is to lose and just maybe not be considered a top 2 or 3, you know, or at least not the top 2. But maybe your story is you took that damage and you took that loss to Usyk hard, but you bounced back real quick by beating Fury. And you beating Fury would be even a bigger win than it would have been if you had beaten Usyk. Because Fury is much more proven as a heavyweight than Usyk. Not saying he's better. I think AJ, no matter what the situation, especially if it's 60-40, I think AJ should take this fight. No matter what. It's about legacy at this point. All right. So anyway, those are my last few thoughts. If you are new, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up if you love the content. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Have a good night.